Good Thursday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods here. Man, it's Thirsty Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. Make sure you get your drink on. Just do it safely, because we don't need anybody out there getting hurt needlessly. So we've had the first week of OTAs, guys on the field. We've gotten hyped up and stuff. We've got a few injury concerns that are going on that we need to worry about them? Is it too soon? Tyron Smith having some back issue and tightness. This is where I feel like Tyron Smith is a red flag, that this is a warning sign from above that's saying, Cowboys, hello, cover your back. Literally, cover your back. We're talking about months of being out of playing. Talking about getting in shape right now. And we already are having back tightness before we start hitting. If the Cowboys don't do something, or maybe they've already done something, maybe they have faith in Walensky, maybe they have faith in Josh Ball being the guy. I know that they said they're done with the Ty Nsekes and the other, over-the-hill guys. This is the problem for the Cowboys, is they think just signing anybody is a solution. Sorry, it's not. It's kind of like power tools. If you buy the Black & Decker one, see, Black & Decker, it's like the homeowner one. It's the one that's made for, a few cuts here and there. But if you've got to go ahead and really use this thing 2, 4, 6 hours a day, especially if it's like one of the cordless ones, it's not going to do it. It's not made as well. The brushes in there will burn out. The motor won't last. It won't be enough power to really cut the 6x6 pressure treated. You got to spend more money to get better equipment. The average person who looks at it says, well, that's a circular saw, so I'll just get a circular saw. Yeah, but there's a big difference between that one and that one. That one, the battery charge on it will be able to last, 2 hours. It'll be able to cut 300 feet of wood. The battery on that one, you're lucky if it'll cut 10 feet. And this is what Stephen Jones has to recognize. Next week, we get an additional $10 million on top of the 13.3 that we have right now. They need to say, let's cover our back. I know I don't want to spend some money here, but just in case, let's do this, because I think the worst thing the Cowboys could do, and we saw this last year, was we took Terrence Steele, who was playing great at the right tackle position. Because, see, here's what's crazy. We didn't think about Lyle Collins and not playing football when Lyle Collins was suspended. Everybody now is sounding alarms. Oh, my God, the Cowboys they lost Lyle Collins. What are they going to do? They've taken a step back. The glory time of the offensive line last year was when Terrence Steele was playing the right tackle. And unfortunately, he had to switch over to play left when Tyron Smith was out. You kind of messed him up there. He wasn't as effective. It's better off if he stays and learns everything there at the right tackle. I'm hoping that we don't do this to Tyler Smith. He comes in, starts out a guard, then Tyron Smith goes down, then he's going to shift to tackle. Now he's got 2 positions to learn as a rookie where your eyes are already wide open. And that's not a good thing. So Cowboys, they need to cover their back. Something that was interesting yesterday, and I loved actually seeing, and I say good riddance if this was actually true, It's official. Skip Bayless is a Philadelphia Eagle fan. It sounds like it when you watch First Take. I'm sorry, not First Take. Undisputed, because he says he trusts Jalen Hurts more than he trusts Dak Prescott. That he is, of course, on the Jalen Hurts bandwagon and things. But let me go through here because I like numbers. I like numbers. I'm not going to say that the third season won't be a breakout season for Jalen Hurts. It's very, very possible. But let's look at this for a second here. We're going to say, Skip Bayless, that you trust Jalen Hurts more than Dak Prescott. And I'm just trying to understand, other than trying to get people to watch you, where it is that you look and see that you trust Jalen Hurts. What is the reason behind? If you look at experience, Jalen Hurts has played in 30 games versus 85 for Dak Prescott, right? 30 games. Losing record for Jalen Hurts, 9-10. Dak Prescott, 53-32. I think that's a winning record. Completions, 342 to 1,924. Completion percentage, Dak's career 66.6 versus Hurts 59. Yards, he's thrown 5 times as many yards. Touchdowns, a guy that's thrown 22 you trust more than a guy who's got 143, a guy whose rating is 98 versus a guy who's 84. Interceptions, of course, Dak's got more because he's been in the league a lot longer, but yard average, there's not a category in here. There's not a category in here where you look at and say, oh, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, that's the reason why they'll win. I don't see it. Now, again, maybe getting A.J. Smith ends up taking a big leak his second year. Maybe. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And if somebody has, if you have the argument and can show me why Hurts is now the guy that is the greatest thing since sliced bread, I would love to hear it. Come on the show and we can have a debate on it. I just don't see it yet. I just don't. But what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. Now, let's go with Louis Riddick and Get Up this morning. They're talking about, have the Eagles gotten a big upgrade and have they passed the Dallas Cowboys? Let's check it out and see what they have to say.
Get Up with Louis Riddick and Teddy Bruschi playing either or. Louis, let's start with you. All right, Teddy. In the NFC East, who are you more confident in? Dak Prescott and the Cowboys or Jalen Hurts and the Eagles? Louis.
Yeah, I'm Dak Prescott here all the way. Look, I believe that Dak has shown that when teams force quarterbacks on third down to have to play from the pocket, he can play at a very, very high level. And until Jalen Hurts addresses that specific aspect of his game as a quarterback, we're going to have more questions than answers. There's no doubt that he is a fantastic runner of the football. He is fantastic on first and second down, and that they have tried to give him more help this year and really just surround him with weaponry, as you should do any young quarterback. But Dak has answered this question about himself at this point, so I'm riding with Dallas until proven otherwise.
All right, and he was answering questions yesterday at OTAs about his health. Here's what he had to say.
I mean, healthiest I've been in a long, long time. So I'm just blessed to start there and to be able to come in healthy and just to work on myself and just overall my whole game, and not just particularly getting one element of my body healthy and just being all out there and not having any restrictions or held back from being engaged in the team activities, and just it's exciting.
Okay, at least we not forget the ignominious ending to their season and that loss to the 49ers. Louis, why should we have faith that they're going to be better this year?
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to believe, Hannah, that the coaching staff in particular will manage these end-of-game situations, end-of-half situations, situational football, something that we have just worn out talking about, on our airwaves, and how important it is and how it is a difference maker between wins and losses in the NFL. Those games decided by 7 points or less. I'm just going to have to believe that Mike McCarthy and his staff are going to be better in those situations and allow this football team to win those tight games and manage those situations better. That I just have to. Because the football team, I think, from a personnel perspective, has what it needs to compete at a very high level with any team in the NFL. It's those situations, though, that they have to be better at, and I think they will be better at it. Otherwise, they're going to be looking for a new job.
Yeah, otherwise you got Sean Payton waiting in the wings. Okay, Teddy, do you think that the Cowboys are the favorites to win the division? Would they be your pick?
Yeah, they wouldn't be. I would go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I am picking them to win the NFC East. And all the great things that Lewis said about Dak Prescott, and now he has to learn to do them all over again without Amari Cooper, with new receivers, with a different team. So, and just to assume that the coaching staff they'll get these situations worked out. I'm not going to do that with these guys, because I mean, just to get to those situations in those playoff moments is so different. It's so hard and difficult. And I think the one thing that really was impactful on that team was the defense and how they were able to take away the football. So then it's like, I think the big question is, can the defense do that again? Can Trayvon Diggs have double-digit interceptions again, which is an absolutely explosive year for a cornerback? And then Micah Parsons, 13 sacks, I think it was. So those two players specifically almost are just as important as Dak Prescott, because getting those turnovers was instrumental to their success.
Listen, Micah Parsons was all over the field. He was a revelation. He did disappear, though, at the end of the season and in that final game. And it was their offensive line, all that shuffling, that lack of protection and lack of confidence on the part of Dak. And then he began to slide. Listen, is that going to get better this season? Lewis?
Yeah, that's a great. Those are all great questions. There's no question about that. But I just do believe that, look, the offense, the coaching staff in particular has remained constant this year. They didn't lose Kellen Moore. They didn't lose Dan Quinn. Mike McCarthy, he knows that he is going to come under fire if he is not able to handle this football team in situations that are just really lead to them winning football games much better than he did in 2021. I think they will get that done. I think they will go ahead and address some of these personnel issues, and they will be able to compete with the best teams in the NFC, and they'll be right there in the end.
Hope always springs eternal with Dallas, doesn't it? All right. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right. So we got our usual doubters and things. Here's at least what we are hearing from practice. Not a game. We're not talking about practice. We're not talking about practice. Is the Cowboys are trying to mitigate those mistakes. And in some regards, as we have people who always talk about how bad Dak can't get them over the hump, Dak sucks and all that, I want you to understand that we had three guys in the top 10 in penalties on the offensive line. Connor Williams had 14 penalties. 14. Tyler Badish had 9. Lyle Collins had, in 10 games, 9 penalties. Yeah. 32 penalties for the team. If nothing else, you can say 18 of those at least have gone bye-bye. We can't do much worse than that on the offensive line. And when you get a holding call after you've made a big play, instead of being first and 10 down the field, you get 1st and 20. It changes the whole narrative. Those are drive killers. Those are team killers. And as much as everybody wants to focus in on, the quarterback sneak at the end of the game, we had 13 penalties. 13 penalties against the 49ers. You can't win when you make mistakes like that. And that's another one of those things that the Cowboys, in some regard, are trying to address. I know that Tyler Smith is, highly penalized guy in college, but he's the lesser of the two evils of Connor Williams and La'el Collins. And for everybody that says that the Cowboys offense is going to take this big step back, understand that La'el Collins, missed 7 games. The Cowboys were okay without La'el Collins in those 7 games. But then again, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Other couple notes, don't forget tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, our live stream. I've put a message out, a call out to DMV. We're still working on getting to Stewart's house. We're looking like we're going to be leaving from here on the 11th. So the week of the 12th, we're going to actually be in Dallas working on Stewart's house and getting that stuff together. I've got to get in touch with you, Rock, to check and see if that's going to work on it. I've already talked to Randy Seitz. I've already talked to Brian Green, and we're getting our stuff together. So in 2 weeks, we'll be headed that way, and I cannot wait. Maybe I'll finally get a chance to tour the Star for the first time. And with that being said, I hope all of you guys are having a great day. Make sure you be safe out there, and make sure you tell the ones you love them. And don't forget the GoFundMe for Stuart Morrison if you want to help. Link is in the community tab. Definitely all donations are welcomed and appreciated for that. We're going to be doing some more stuff to try and raise some more. Like I said, we might do. Last weekend, it was the Hot Wing Challenge. I might just do the Carolina Reaper Scorpion Pepper. Yeah. We do what we do for our friends. And with that being said, I'll see you later.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the show for the Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is